every statue of Jesus, he's got like an 8-pack.
Okay.
And I'm like, yo, was Jesus
yeah.
out here counting macros before he left the earth? Like, what is happening?
Jesus was like, here's my body and my blood. Don't actually have any of it because it's just carbs.
Yeah, here's my body and my blood. 0 body fat on the body. He's shredded.
Hey, and welcome back to Overstimulated with me, Hillary Henderson. Today, we have a really unique, one-of-a-kind guest that I think you guys are all going to love. He just came back from doing a show at Edinburgh Fringe Festival. He's been on Just for Laughs, and he's also been a judge on Masked Singer New Zealand. It is James Roque.
Oh, what's up? That last show sounds made up.
It does sound made up.
Yeah.
It does sound made up. We were just watching some clips as we were setting up here. And I can't believe I know someone so incredibly famous and influential.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. This actually reminds me of the setup for the Masked Singer in New Zealand.
Really?
3 tiny cameras in a room like this. So yeah, this is
okay. We've got the same production quality as
I feel right at home. You know,
as a national broadcast. It's perfect.
1,000%.
James, I want everyone to get to know you.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do some quick and dirty, overstimmied questions.
Great.
Okay. I want to know if your brain was a screensaver, what would that screensaver be?
Do you remember, did you have like a Windows computer growing up?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, do you remember one of the screensavers that was like the pipes? That would like go like this?
Yes.
And it would just like build for it. Like,
you want to know what's so hilarious?
What?
Alistair Ogden on last week's episode said the exact same answer.
The pipes.
The pipes.
Get out of here.
No, the pipes.
You're joking. Yo, he's my boy. I love Alistair. Yo, shout out to our pipe heads out there. You know what I mean? All our pipe heads.
That's because
screensaver.
there's just so many things going on in your brain all the time.
And it's so satisfying. It's very symbolic of how my brain works.
Okay. We're having hub mind with you and Alistair and everyone. Yeah. What is the weirdest app on your phone that you refuse to delete?
Oof. Okay. The weirdest app. I got really into like trying to become big muscly boy like a while back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so I had like MyFitnessPal where you would count calories and like macros and stuff. Mm-hmm. I haven't used it in so long. It's been sitting on my phone.
How long did you actually use it for when you were using it?
Like 3 months.
Okay.
And then years of nothing.
No, yeah. But it's still there just in case you wanted to see
and
what
just in case I'm like, I'm going to get buff one day. You know, like, I still exercise now, but I'm not like that guy. You know that guy? That's like a guy.
A guy,
a type of guy.
Yes,
you know?
yeah, for sure. That's like...
He has like 8 of those giant protein tubs like in his house.
Yeah.
Specific
and he's crying
guy.
on the inside because he's like, taste, I don't know anything about taste, but like,
100%.
Look how cool I am.
Yeah. I have a theory that like the more you go to the gym, like there's like the bell curve, right?
Yeah.
If you don't go to the gym or you don't exercise, you're kind of sad. Like it kind of affects your mental health. And then you go to the gym and then you exercise in a healthy amount and it kind of bell curves up.
Yeah.
And I have a theory that it goes...
You go too far.
Plummet down again if you go too much. Like if any more than like 4 days a week, an hour a day, you're like The Rock and you hate your life.
I think you're getting into like eating disorder territory.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like,
you're getting into like, I'm getting up at 4 a.m. because
yeah.
if I don't, the world will explode if I don't lift the weight. You know, like it's like, it's bad.
Yeah.
And so like, I reckon, it's the same thing with like that kind of thing. There's a healthy amount of it, but then there's like people who are just like obsessed.
Yeah, I agree. It gets to be a little too far. I can't do like a MyFitnessPal situation. I don't want to spend the mental capacity doing it. Also, I'm proud that you have the storage space available on your phone.
That's a flex.
Just keep an app you don't use anymore.
What have you got? You got anything in there?
Oh, like a weird. No, I think I delete them. Like I deleted Zoom off my like work phone the other day because I was like.
Someone's like, what if someone's like, you have to join this Zoom?
Well, then I'll re-download the app when we get there because I'm making so many videos all the time.
That's why she's late to every Zoom because she's having to go to App Store and look for the fucking Zoom app.
Download it. I'm the only one calling in via phone because I can't have enough space.
That's crazy.
But it is like I do think though that I do think though the person in your phone that's like your storage is full that person probably is really annoying.
Oh, yeah,
and
I hate that.
Like, is like, also you're fat and also you're ugly and your mom hates you and like you should call.
Are you all right? Are you having a?
Yeah, no, this is just everyone's having this. This is a common experience, is it not?
Right. That's his life, right?
We just spiraling.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do
like
with your storage.
Yeah, that's good, right? Everything's happening. That's fine.
Okay, what's your weekly screen time looking like? How many hours are you on?
Too much, man.
Yeah.
I'm scared to look.
Do you have your phone on you? Can we look? Oh, I look sometimes.
How do you look?
You can look. We'll figure it out. It's in your settings.
How do you look? How do you do this? 5 hours, 36 minutes.
Okay.
A day.
That's quality time.
That's too much.
Yeah.
So if
Isn't it
you
crazy
think
when you look at it like
a day's
that?
24 hours, I get maybe 7 hours sleep a day. Well, that's like 17 hours left. Then 5 hours. I only have like 12 hours to do other stuff.
A third of that on, yeah.
And then 2 hours staring into a wall, wondering what I've done with my life.
Yeah.
So that's like, that's only 10 hours to do other stuff.
I know. It's crazy how much it,
This is
since
terrifying.
I'll let you know what mine's looking like these days.
Yeah. Are you quite bad with the phone?
I think just because you know how it is making content. Oh, it's up from last week. It's up quite substantially from last week. This is actually, I'm looking at 7 hours and 12 minutes.
That's a lot.
That's a full-time
That's only
job.
a third of the day.
That's a full-time job. That's
What are you looking on? What are you looking at?
Well, okay, so I'm editing content. I'm filming content.
Yes.
You gotta have a couple doom scrolls in the day. I trick myself into scrolling TikTok, being like, "Oh, this is work," because I need to stay relevant on like what's happening in the culture.
Yeah.
First 5 minutes is staying relevant on the culture.
The
rest,
race is just.
Yeah, the other 7 hours is a little excessive.
That's a lot. I thought 5 hours was a lot. Okay.
That is the 5
feel
hours
better.
is
Thank
a
you,
lot.
Thank you for your service.
Welcome.
I feel good.
You're welcome. I actually
Yeah.
do. I'm gonna check right now. What is average screen time for like the average Canadian American, someone like that?
I'm gonna go like 4 hours.
Really?
I reckon I'm still above average.
I think
Surely.
you have to be around average.
I'm like addicted to my phone. I would like. Do you take your phone to the bathroom?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Number ones and twos.
Yeah.
Shower? No, that's
No.
not.
Well,
But,
sometimes we're like playing music or something, or like listening to
that's
something.
true. I do
Yeah.
no, but listening to a podcast in the shower, you can't hear anything because it's just like, and then occasionally like
You get a good speaker.
like a shower speaker.
Yeah.
See, that's like how
You know what?
you're hooked,
You know what, James? I am not trying to hear the podcast word for word in the shower. I'm just trying to get something distracting enough that I don't overthink for
you want
for
like
too
a hum,
long.
like a gentle.
Yeah, just to know
you
like
want the
other people exist still. Yeah, exactly.
Like you want that under
Yeah, it makes
the-
me feel
the shower.
comfortable. It makes me feel at home. Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
this is from where is this from? This is from Health Info Base Canada, as well as Statistics Canada. And it says that for adults, the average screen time on mobile devices is 5.65 hours a day. So you're pretty much, you're slightly
there.
below average.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then for children, oh my God.
Oh no, it's gonna be high, isn't
Oh,
it?
children, it's only 3.8 hours of leisure screen time.
Come on, kids, get your hours up. 3 hours. That's nothing.
Grow up, skip bedtime, skip bath
put some
time.
Bluey on, cowards. That's really funny. I thought you were gonna make up a fake stat. I thought you were gonna be like, according to realresearch.ca,
it's
7
9 hours.
hours is way lower than the average, and Hillary's fine.
And Hillary's fine. That's actually the
health.
healthy recommended dosage of it. What do
so
you keep seeing on your FYP that you
Right now?
Yeah.
Well, I think we talked about it when it came in, but right now it's Luigi,
yeah.
our hero, our Lord and Savior. And
With those beautiful
yeah,
symmetrical
I don't want
eyebrows.
to lose any listeners and all sponsors with that, so I'm not going to touch that. But right now it's that, and my For You page is wild. Okay, I feel like it's very vulnerable to share with people what your Explore page or what your For You page looks like right now.
Yeah. Thank you for being so vulnerable.
Thank you. I'm a vulnerable king. For me right now, a lot of wrestling content. I'm a big pro wrestling fan. Yeah, big
interesting.
Time.
Did this influence the MyFitnessPal Gotta Get Bulky?
Oh, big time.
Yeah, okay.
I've got dude version of body dysmorphia for sure.
Yeah, I think it's just that's just body dysmorphia, babe. Yeah.
No, but regular, but like dude flavor. You know, like which is like not muscly enough. Because women have like, you have to be smaller, whatever. But dudes are like, I'm too small.
Right. Yeah.
And I got a bit big.
I got huge.
Yeah. So wrestling did that, and also going to church and seeing shredded Jesus up on the cross every Sunday did that.
Wait, tell me more about shredded Jesus.
Have you been to church before?
Yes. Yeah. I grew up in a Christian house.
So have you been to church?
Yeah, but I never thought of. Okay, when I think shredded, I don't think of Jesus personally.
He's shredded.
The
bro.
emaciated carpenter.
Yeah. Every statue of Jesus, he's got like an 8-pack.
Okay.
And I'm like, was Jesus out here counting macros before he left the earth? Like, what is happening?
Jesus was like, here's my body and my blood. Don't actually have any of it because it's just carbs.
Yeah, here's my body and my blood. 0 body fat on the body. He's shredded in every church you go to,
But
honestly.
I guess, when I think of like, you see him like hanging and like his arms aren't that big.
Yeah.
you know, like he has abs. He has abs.
Yeah, he has
I will give him
that's
that.
shredded.
I don't. Okay,
Yeah. The shredded is
I don't
like,
think of him as like a big, like powerful dude.
No, he's not. He's not like, he doesn't look like John Cena on the thing, you know, like,
yeah.
but he's
I
like,
see John Cena.
yeah,
from the
he doesn't have like a belly or anything. He's just like, you know, he's like beach ready.
That's true.
And I'm like,
That's
I guess
true.
if you're gonna meet your dad, like,
you want him to be like, hey, you're looking handsome, buddy.
yeah, hey man, you're looking good, bro. Like, you want your dad to be like, hey man, I sent you to Earth to save all these people, and all you did was eat food there. Yeah. So you know,
hilarious. Okay, so you're seeing Luigi.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
seeing
seeing
wrestling.
I'm seeing
you're
wrestling.
Yeah.
I'm seeing what else? Oh, okay. So this is, and this sounds like I'm making it up, but I get a lot of girls who look like my girlfriend.
Oh, okay. You have a type.
Yeah. I know.
What does your girlfriend look like? Or like what celebrity could you compare her
God,
to?
I can't believe I landed here immediately. But no, she's like a curvy brunette white woman.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to like think of like who, like a celebrity that
She's
fits
gonna
that.
hate this.
Yeah.
But like, do you remember the singer JoJo?
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
Leave ghetto.
1,000%.
right
You
now.
can't sing more than 6 seconds because then.
See end. Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Copyright.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, cool. Okay.
See
okay.
and then it just.
Boop.
No, but yeah. So like very specifically that kind of type of, you know.
Okay.
And like I just want to put it out there in case you clip this. It's not that I like clips that come up with these kind of girls, but it just knows. You
It
just
holds
kind
your
of,
attention.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
linger a little bit and you go, and then you go away.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you held on just long enough
Yeah.
for it to know.
Yeah, where they're like, this is you must like this.
Yeah.
It must be good.
What's
yeah.
your equivalent of that?
Recently I've been no, I don't really get like a lot of dudes.
That's
on my
fair.
FYP, to be honest, because
That's
even
good.
if they're handsome, I'm like, I don't really care what you have to say. Like,
That's
this is
good.
not going to
They probably
enrich
have
my
dog
life
shit
in any
opinions,
way.
you know?
Yeah,
Like, it's
pretty
like,
much.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. But I would say the equivalent of that is something where I'm just like, why is this here? It's because my best friend is getting married next year.
Okay.
And I'm one of her bridesmaids, and so like I keep seeing like wedding things, and I keep sending them to her, being like, oh, this is good inspo, whatever. And so I think like TikTok thinks like I'm having a wedding, and
That's
it's just
really
like
funny.
keep sending me things. I'm like, no, we're not thinking about Cassie right now. Like I'm just trying to enjoy my life. Like, why are you trying to send me all
What
these-
sort of wedding stuff is it?
Oh, it's just like how to like create like a nice vibe, or just
Okay.
like I don't know, like dress inspo, or like this is how you make the place settings look cool, or just like fun little quirky. Like it'll be
Yeah.
girls like, here are 5 things I had to my wedding that made it cooler than everyone else's. And I'm
Gotcha.
like, oh my god, I have to know.
Yeah, I wanna know what the 5 things
What is
are.
it? What was cool?
I want to right now. What are they?
What were they? Okay, so one I was watching today was talking about like the use of negative space in
Okay.
a like design of anything.
Sure. Oh,
So-
okay. As in empty spaces.
Exactly,
Sorry, I thought you meant
exactly.
spaces where you go and be like, yo, this wedding shouldn't go through. I saw the groom cheated on her like 2 months ago. Like, okay, cool. Gotcha.
I actually no, but I do think this wasn't on any of them.
Okay.
But this is just me manifesting. If I should ever have a wedding myself, I want there to be a reality TV style confession booth.
I'd love that.
And-
Like a talking head.
Yeah,
booth.
exactly.
that'd be
And
great.
it's like just a camera. Maybe there's a couple prompts.
Yeah.
People can come in at different levels of intoxication.
Where does the footage go?
So then it comes back to me. Obviously, we can't have
You believe me?
we can't have anything just
They
out
send me
there
a
on the internet.
Dropbox link and it's got everyone's video on it.
Yeah, it's going straight to our Patreon actually. So you can click the link below
Yeah.
if you want to see what that would look like. But I think it'd be funny to create like, I don't know, like I would hopefully have like some sort of like photographer on the day. You know what? We're getting a videographer in there too.
Yeah, no,
okay.
I'm into that.
And they're gonna film me like getting ready or something like that. And it's just gonna be like the voiceover of my dad being like, when Hillary was a little girl, like she used to pick her nose and wipe it on the window. I don't know. Like I think that not that I would necessarily share that without a paywall, but I think that could be like a cool
it's a
memory
premium.
to have.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
No, no, no.
it's premium content.
I'm into it. No, I'm into that idea. Let's do it. I'm going to Shark Tank with that immediately. That's great.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
okay. We'll take it there. And nobody copy that idea. Definitely not.
Yeah, that's copyright.
I have a couple more overstimmied questions for you.
Go for it.
What is the most embarrassing note saved on your phone?
Note?
Note. Yeah.
Oof, brutal. All right. Jeez. Okay. You're a comedian. Do you write jokes into your note?
Yes.
Yeah.
Half the time it's just like an idea I thought of late at
And it
night.
never makes sense.
Yeah, and I look
Yeah.
at it and it's just like avocados spoiled. I'm like, brilliant art. I'm so glad you felt the need to write that down, Hill Dog.
Yeah. Okay. Embarrassing. I don't know if I have. Okay. I must have embarrassing ones. I have ones that don't make sense.
Please.
I have one like sugar-free foods.
Delicious.
The vaping of food.
that's
As-
got legs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? It's stuff like that. You know what I mean? Where you're just
Yeah.
like, you're still having the food,
but
what are we doing here?
Just have a cigarette, you know? Like what's like
have it.
Yeah, it's too artificial like
That's
that.
what I got.
Yeah. And it leaves that same nasty like residue in your mouth.
1,000%. Yeah. You know what I hate? Okay, this is you're talking about things that like overstimulate me. You ever walk down the street? I was trying to write stand up about this actually, and then you get a whiff of like baked goods or like vanilla, and you're like, oh wow, delicious. And then you look over and it's a guy with a giant beard, just being like, with like a neck tattoo, being like, and like, and you can see the direct line from his mouth to your nose. And you just want to walk into the ocean. Like, you just want to end it all, you know? Because you're like, I feel so tricked. Yeah. That happens to me all the time.
It is. The way you just said that too made me think of, there's so many dudes out there vaping sweet scents that smell kind of like women's perfume.
Yes.
To be honest.
Yeah.
Like, that's actually really girly of you guys to be out there.
Yeah, and they're all like, they're usually, massive bearded dudes, got a hoodie up or something. He's got like a neck tat.
Yeah.
And, you know, and you're like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like,
and I'm like, big guy, you look way too scary to be smelling like cupcakes.
I'm kind of into it now. No, you swung me around.
Do you vape?
Actually, no, but I had to vape for an acting audition once.
Yeah.
And I bought one of those temporary ones you can buy from like the convenience store. And I did it for the audition. And I remember I was like driving home from the audition and I was just driving and I just caught myself vaping because I was like, well, I don't want to waste this thing.
Yeah.
But for the rest of the day, I became like someone who vaped. And I was like, I could see myself getting hooked into this. Yeah, I didn't get the audition. I didn't get the ad. But yeah, I methoded myself into nothingness. But I was just vaping. I caught myself vaping on the way home, and I was like, I can totally see how this is addictive.
It is like kind of the.
Do you vape?
No, I don't vape.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate the oral fixation of it all. And
1,000%.
Yeah. I think if I bought a vape, even a temporary one for like an afternoon, it would be over for me.
If this podcast was like sponsored by a vape company, would you be like, maybe? Would you like partake?
You know, for strictly business purposes only.
Sure.
Let's leave it there, you know?
Okay, sure. As long as it's like a fun flavor.
Yeah. If it was a fun oh God, I don't know. Yeah, you're putting me in a hard spot here. I can't come right out and be like, no, I would promote a product I don't use, but like,
well, I don't wanna,
we're trying to pay rent. So.
I don't want to potentially lose you any sponsors, but my feeling about it is like, there's going to be, after maybe 10, 20 years of research, we're going to find out that we're like, why did we? It's like smoking, right? You know, I reckon it's gonna be a bit of that.
Wait, isn't it already pretty well known that vaping's bad?
I think it's
like
relatively chill right now, isn't it?
It's
popcorn lung.
What's popcorn lung?
It's when you get butter in your lungs. Sorry, that's improv. Yeah, it's like poppy holes in your lungs and stuff. Yeah.
So it's different than like the classic like smoker's lung.
No, it's not like that tar, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you guys get those ads here?
Popcorn lung's kind of cute. That actually sounds like maybe
that's
it's
actually
like pink. And
my favorite band playing Coachella this year is Popcorn Lung. So
true.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I do want to get into your accent, your background, all of these things. But first,
what accent? Sorry.
What accent?
What are you talking about? I speak normal.
Can you give us like a Canadian or like American accent?
Oh, here's the thing. I am a trained actor technically, so I should be able to.
Could you give like, fuck yeah, bud. Give me a double.
Yeah. Okay. Barack Obama went to Harvard Law School. All right, cool. Yeah, fuck yeah, bud. Fuck yeah, bud. Bud? Yeah, it's so hard. It's so hard. It's too hard. Oh God, it's too hard. No, I gotta go back to my.
Okay, but the Barack Obama sentence that you said.
Barack Obama went to Harvard Law School.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's better than what my Kiwi accent would be.
Put the German Shepherd on the furniture. Yeah. Anyway.
Furniture.
The furniture. Don't let the German Shepherd on the furniture. No, I can't, man. I lost it.
You lost it. Okay. Yeah. Well, I have to hang out with
What's
me
your Kiwi accent?
If I was like, okay. So here's the thing: is like, if I give give me a sentence that I should say.
Okay,
like,
sweet. I like fish and chips for breakfast.
I like.
Okay, you can't roast me for my American accent after that. You also like Cletus from fucking.
I can't. Fish and chips for breakfast.
Do you want a tutorial?
Yeah, please.
Okay, let me say tutorial properly instead of tutorial. Okay, here's a tutorial. I have a concussion. No, instead of like make your eyes use. So instead of fish,
Fush.
it's fush.
Fush.
Fush and chops.
Fush and chops.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Fish and chops.
So it's fish and chips, fish and chops.
I feel like the way I'm holding my mouth right now, I would spit take a lot more.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
We also speak from the back of our mouth. So place it in the back. Like fish.
Fish
and chops.
Fish and chops.
That's not bad, bro.
Fish and chops.
That's not bad. I could see you,
Good
with a salve, you know, like,
with a,
you know.
fish and chops. Gonna go hawk a mountain. I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
That's wild.
This is bad.
No,
this is
I love
so
it.
bad. This is
fish
so
and chops. There you
this
go.
is so bad.
Fish and
Okay,
chips.
but what I wanted to get to before we get into all of these fun, interesting facts about James is we have a couple of current events to discuss.
Yeah.
We already touched on it briefly, but Luigi is everywhere. And if you don't know who Luigi is, you can find that on another site. We're not going to give you the full rundown. Yeah. I know you said earlier that you were like, I can't lose any sponsorships.
No, I don't care. I'll talk about Luigi.
But do you think if someone is, what level of hotness do you need to be where committing murder is okay?
Whatever he is. Because everyone's just like, yeah, dog, it's chill. Look at this guy smile.
So a straight up 10 out of 10.
Yeah. I think...
we talk about pretty privilege a lot with women, but we don't talk about it enough with men.
Pretty privilege and also like having like a purpose that is like a noble, quote unquote, you know what I mean? Like, dude, those things are like...
He's like the modern Robin Hood.
He's Robin Hood vibes,
like
you
this
know?
is, yeah.
Did you see that clip of him getting arrested and being like escorted away and him shouting like, this is an injustice of the American people's lived experience. And everyone's like, holy shit, I ruined my seat. You know, yeah, it's wild. It's a good video.
It is. We'll clip it below there.
Yeah.
But it's so interesting to me that people are just like, fuck yeah. Like, I don't know if it's a sign of like the economic times or like also like the American healthcare system is like so fucked.
Did you see old mate, what's his name? Ben Shapiro, you know, fucking that guy. He made a video being like the radical left cheering on murder or whatever. And even his own people in his comment section on YouTube is saying like, you're out of touch.
Oh,
like, I'm conservative,
and
I have an auntie who was, denied health care or like insurance policies that she was entitled to. And this is actually like, I don't have sympathy for this person, and like this like comment section of conservatives and liberal and leftist people all coming together being like, they're all like gaining class consciousness very slowly in America. And this like really just put like
it's actually crazy. The only things Americans can agree on are like Dolly Parton and like healthcare CEOs should die.
Yeah,
like those are the only things
guy
that
can shoot healthcare CEOs. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Do you think like could something like that happen in Canada? First of all, we don't have the same healthcare system, but I'm trying to think of like an equivalent, like the we do have a lot of oligopolies here. So it's like if somebody shot like the CEO of Rogers, we'd all be like, wait, bro, what? Like,
yo, my internet sucks. You know?
Yeah, I'm sick of these outages.
By the way, don't do that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think people are like they just got pushed to a point where you're like, I saw a comment that was like, yeah, but why are we celebrating him? Like, you know, why are we celebrating a murderer? I'm like, I don't think people are cheering on the murder. I think people are cheering on the fact that it's like these corporations just continually deny people who are like entitled to things reasonable health care, and so like, you know, they're murdering people, and then no one bats an eyelid when that happens every day. But when you're a billionaire, that's why I think it says a lot that like the whole world just like didn't even bat an eyelid when those billionaires died in the submarine. In fact, they cheered. Like, it's like, you know, listen, read the room, rich people. Like, you know, anyway,
you're gonna go like take those risks and that kind of thing.
I felt bad for the kid in the submarine, obviously, but like, you know, you can't help where you're born, what family you're born into. But
like anyone else can't, honestly.
But I'm also like, I feel bad for him. I also like, I don't feel too bad for him because you got into a submarine and you saw the controller was like a controller from like
an Xbox
from Amazon.com, you know, like. What are we doing?
It came out of the Prime delivery truck that day.
And he plugged it in and he's just like trying to download the driver on the like
They're still using like YouTube to MP4 on that system. They're like, it's like
that is such a specific content creator reference. I have to put YouTube to MP4 and then sometimes it's out of sync, so I have to like line them up on Premiere Pro.
That's actually back in the day. That's how I would like get allegedly somebody could hypothetically find some really sick mashups of Taylor Swift and then YouTube to MP4, so download them on
Did
their iPod.
Did you go to Taylor Swift when she was here?
No, I wish. I wish. I did. I was inspired though by all of the women that were like, I don't have tickets, but I have a dream. so I'm gonna go stand outside the Rogers Center and just wait.
A lot of them do that.
A lot of people did that, and like here's the thing, James, is like
they
I
dress
think
up too, right?
yeah, and like I think I'm like I appear like to be an outwardly confident person.
Yes,
but like the confidence of those girls just being like it's gonna happen for me. Like I barely have the confidence to go to parties I'm invited to.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like and they have no entry to access, and they're just like, let's see what happens.
I do envy people like that.
Yeah.
Dudes have equivalent of that too.
What is that?
You know, it's a classic like dude bro that doesn't overthink anything. He's just like, I'm invited everywhere.
Yeah,
you're like, what?
He's like, everywhere I go, I'm meant to be there.
Like, no, people want to hear what I have to say.
Do you think Luigi had that about him?
I don't. Well, Luigi, he was like from an Ivy League school, right?
Yeah.
So he's not from a poor family. I don't think. And I actually think that the more people learn about him, the more that they actually realize he's not some like leftist hero. Like he's not. You know, he's actually fairly conservative, and like he does lean slightly right. But this like pushed him to, you know.
Yeah.
And so I think that I don't know if he's like got that about him, but I heard he had like back issues. That's what I read.
Yeah,
he had
I saw that too.
And he had a back
also
surgery.
His mom was denied.
Yeah,
care.
and his back surgery went wrong, and so he's been in chronic pain ever since. It's like, well, when you're in that situation, I don't know. Do you think so?
I don't know. I saw something as well that was like he couldn't have sex because of the back pain, and like that would make a man go crazy.
That
like,
would suck, bro.
yeah.
But also,
and you're like, this man's the reason I can't not pop. Like he's gone.
Yeah. Do you know what's wild? When I read that, I was like, what position have you tried?
Surely there's got to be like it's really too bad men can't. We need to normalize men being pillow princesses.
Isn't that a thing? That's a thing, right?
Yeah, it's called
people just
really
like
bad sex.
Yeah, it's just good, just ride.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, no, but it's like truly you could go lie on your back, right? Is it? Or I guess like the constant up and down pressure would hurt.
You know, if I ever find out, I will report back to the people how sex with Luigi went. If my boyfriend's watching this, I'm kidding. But
yeah.
That's crazy.
That's so funny.
That is so. Yeah, you can in fact get away. Well, we'll see what happens. I'm excited for the documentary to come out.
There's gonna be like a documentary on every platform about this.
Yeah. And I wonder if it's just I don't know. Like there's obviously our political system has like failed people in so many ways.
Yeah.
That's like is this the only way people can feel like they can seek like quote unquote justice now? Is
Isn't
just
that
through
sad?
like
That's sad.
Yeah,
bro.
I don't know. That is sad. But maybe we shouldn't put. And that's the thing too with like a healthcare insurance company. Like it's not like I'm like, the CEO of Aritzia makes those damn sweatsuits too expensive for my tax. You know what I mean? I'll have to get the Walmart ones instead. It's like this is like a maybe to some people a right. I think it's a right personally, and just like something that's like, you know, like housing, healthcare, like these sort of things. Like I'm like, is this the right model?
So this is what I'm, and you'll relate to this. You grew up in Canada, right? So I grew up in New Zealand. We're fairly, you know, social country too. Not as much as here, but we do have publicly funded things. Like not like the States, you know, where you know you're on your own.
Publicly funded healthcare.
We do have public healthcare. Yeah, it's not like the Hunger Games, aka America, where you're on your own. And it's so weird to me to look at America from that lens, because I'm like, I just grew up being like, if I hurt myself, I break my foot, I go to the hospital, they patch me up, I go home. My parents pay the taxes, they will, you know, cover that. And it's so wild. That's why I think people from all over the world are like, it's like hard to wrap your head around how that feels. Yeah. Like to pay every month and give people all this money, like this company, this corporation, all this money. And then when you need it, you go, hey, can I have this thing? And they're like, no. Yeah. And you're like, but I gave you all the money. And they're like, no, you can't because you wrote this thing weird or you didn't declare this thing. It's like, what? And so, I think, I don't know where I'm going with this, but I guess what I'm saying is that like, I grew up in a country where we had public healthcare like you. Yeah. And so, I don't know. That's why
weird, like our thought process for it happening. But okay, interesting question for the Kiwi in the room here. Would a Kiwi McDonald's employee snitch like that?
Oh, who would tell?
Yeah. Do you guys hold yourself to a higher standard? You did?
Yeah.
Okay, give us the context. What is behind the scenes of a McDonald's?
No, I reckon they probably wouldn't snitch.
Wouldn't?
No.
Okay.
We have a rule in New Zealand. It's don't be a dick. Is like the natural.
That's enshrined in the law.
Genuinely, it's like an unspoken rule that all New Zealanders. I don't know. Have you met many New Zealanders other than myself?
You're like the third New Zealander.
Yeah, have they been nice?
Yeah. Okay.
Have they all been nice people?
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, I haven't had a bad experience with someone from New Zealand.
It's mostly just because we have this thing of don't be a dick. The country's too small.
True.
What is
the population?
5 million.
Okay. Okay, that's small. Yeah.
And so Yeah, literally, if you go to any New Zealander that you meet, you go, hey, is it a thing in New Zealand? Like, don't be a dick, like, as a general rule. And they'll be like, yeah.
That's cute. I love that they're like ABCs, 1, 2, 3. Also, don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
The teacher said that to us.
That's
I was
crazy.
5, yeah.
That's
They're like,
crazy.
here's the alphabet, yeah. And also, don't be a dick. All
Don't
right?
be a dick.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to know that would have been,
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a great sentence, Hillary.
Do you know what that was? You witnessed 2 people like run out of social battery at the same time. Yeah. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like,
yeah. Where you're like, oh, cool. No, now I'm just reflecting of like, now I need to go read more on Luigi. That's what I was.
You sound like you're so thirsty for Luigi, bro.
Personally,
out of 10.
Like out of 10, like okay, he's not my type.
Oh yeah,
like, that I would like typically go like whatever. But I appreciate
murdering
like,
hottie. That's not your type.
Murdering hottie is like not like classic
shredded
like,
murdering
classic
hottie.
type,
Yeah.
But I think I just like the lore surrounding him is so interesting to me, and people's reaction to
His
it.
name
like,
is Crack Up. It's very funny.
Yeah.
You can't have a name that whimsy and like kill someone. Like that's
I know
Luigi Mangione. Like that's wild, bro.
Yeah, I mean
you sound like a pasta.
Yeah. Well, I feel like there'll be some girls out there that'll be like, I'll be the Mario to your
1,000%.
I'll get up there.
Yeah. No, for sure. I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen people. Yeah, in the comments. They don't even hide their thirst, man. Yeah. He's really. Do you think he's attractive?
Yeah. Like objectively, he's like an attractive man. I think that's like, he's got that facial symmetry. I also think like you don't actually see murderers that you're like, would.
I disagree.
You think really?
Because everyone is obsessed with like Ted Bundy and Jeffrey Dahmer and all these guys.
Yeah,
and,
but like you listed the only hot serial killers ever. Like most of them look like they like
Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, like they got
no
their
one knows
face
that is.
punched in, and they're just like they look like.
No,
half,
but I'm saying is like they do
okay,
happen.
I'm thinking
they
of a specific
around.
variety of like a white dude school shooter serial killer.
Yeah.
Like you see a picture of him and you're like, yeah, duh. Like if I saw him at the mall, I would not feel safe around him.
Yeah,
like
kind of
would
bad
not
vibes,
check
freak
him
guy.
out another time.
Do you reckon that's what? Because I'm always curious why that happens. Why these hot serial killers kind of become celebrities and pop culture icons.
What if they got hotter later in life?
Like a late bloomer serial killer?
Yeah. Because I think if you're hot as a kid, you don't need to kill people. Like,
okay, so are you saying
like it's like people
that
who
the school shooters who you're like, oh, look at this creepy kid.
Yeah.
If you just gave him a couple years and some like a growth spurt, you'd be like
that. And if you like if someone gave him I don't think it's so much like being attractive, but I think it's like what being attractive gets you, which is like attention, compliments, the goodwill of
and so
people.
they wouldn't need to feel like alone and whatever. Whatever.
I actually
thing they
had
say.
a joke about this in my stand-up where it would say like those guys, like if somebody was just like, oh, like love your shoes, buddy, like he'd be like, oh, I was gonna go shoot up a class today, but like now I'm feeling really handsome. Like
honestly, I bet you that happens.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Think of guys, promote kindness. That's what we're saying here. You never know what compliment is gonna save a movie theater full of people.
Yes. 1,000%.
It's so crazy.
People
That's
like, yeah,
so
man.
crazy.
That's wild.
That's so crazy. Oh my gosh. Okay, so James, we've been teasing it this whole time.
Okay.
You are
I'm
from
not gonna kill
New
a
Zealand.
CEO for you.
You are from New Zealand.
Yep.
You are also Filipino, and your parents live in Australia, and you live here in Canada. What is that like? How did that all happen? Why did you end up in Toronto?
So there's a lot of questions.
Yeah, sorry.
It sucks. I'm separated from my family, and I miss them a lot. So that's a distinct part of it, but. I'm in Toronto because my girlfriend was actually born in Canada.
Oh, wait, how did you meet?
She's raised in New Zealand as well. So her family moved there when she was like young. So, we're both immigrants to New Zealand. It was actually a point where I was a citizen first before she was. So she was still an immigrant.
Oh, okay.
And so I would ask, as a fun game, she's white, and I would ask people being like, hey, guess which one of us is the immigrant? And then people would be like, it's you, right? I'm like, no, you racist. Like, it's,
yeah. She's taking your job, not me.
All these immigrants coming over here taking our jobs. But yeah, so she was born there, and so we were like, after COVID and the lockdown, we're like, we want to move somewhere and go somewhere else because the New Zealand had a pretty strict lockdown.
Right. Yeah.
And so we were like, where should we go? And a lot of New Zealanders, especially New Zealand comedians, moved to the UK. And I was like, I would rather not do that. Only because the UK's, it's fine. Like I go there, I gig there, and I love gigging there. I have a lot of friends there, but I don't necessarily like. it's always gray there, and it makes me so sad. So
and you're like, wait, I didn't want lockdown restrictions. I wanted good weather. Toronto, that's the spot.
No, well, you know, it's hard. I think you see it through like a bias because you grew up in Ontario, but. In the summer, Toronto slaps,
it's
man.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I love this place.
Yeah,
even screw that. Even not just the summer, like on a sunny day, that's like -10, -20, Toronto is awesome. Like, yeah, like a beautiful blue day. It's great. And so and so we moved here because I was like, I just don't want to do the thing that everyone does, which is go to the UK. So I want to do something a bit different. And also, I want to. Most of my followers online are in America. And so the goal is to eventually not move, but like maybe live here and work there.
Cool.
And so
okay,
it's
that's easier to do that. Yeah.
So
Neat. Okay, so you came here for comedy, but also for love.
Yeah.
And
that always sounds so much more romantic than what it actually is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Really?
It sounds like I got on a boat because there was some Romeo and Juliet shit.
You were writing love letters back and forth.
Yeah,
and
but
it was the war.
It was literally like we're in bed and I was like, where should we go? And she's like, Canada. I was like, yeah, cool. And then we booked the flight, you know, like
so that was literally it.
Let's do it.
My gosh. Okay, so you didn't give us the details of how you actually met her. You met her in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Nondescript location.
Yeah.
Did you see her?
Not an alleyway or
Well,
anything.
I don't know. You give us no details,
that's
James.
true.
Like, did you meet her on The Masked Singer?
No,
was she a masked singer? Like, we need to know the details.
Do you know what's wild? I do stand up about this, but the Masked Singer in New Zealand is like wild because the Masked Singer relies on you having enough celebrities to guess.
Right.
But New Zealand has like 5 celebrities.
Right. You only have 5 million people.
Yeah. And so like every week I was like,
it's like James's mom is on.
Yeah. Every week I'm like, are you Lord? And they're like, no. And I'm like, are you Taika Waititi? They're like, no. Are you Flight of the Conchords? No.
That's
and I'm like,
crazy.
well, are you my mom? Like, what are you? Like, who are you?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, wait, just for everybody to see, we're going to go to a clip right now of James
Yo,
on The Masked Singer.
It's a tui, which is a what you call this? A native bird to New Zealand.
Okay.
And so I had so much fun doing the show. Dude, it's such a fun show to do.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the best part of it?
Getting paid. No, no. The best part was like genuinely trying to guess who was under each mask.
Yeah.
Because like I said, there's only like 5 major celebrities, and so you have to go to the B tier and C tier of celebrities to be like, you know,
were
who
you
is
like
this
doing
person?
research to try and figure out like who people were?
Yeah, and they
like,
give you like a little sheet just in case you blank out on a day and you're like you don't know of like potential guesses. And so yeah, like this one was wild because she sung and everyone on the panel was like, I know who this is. This is an iconic voice. And I was just like,
interesting.
And then and then when she got revealed, I obviously knew who she was, but
this is my hot take on The Masked Singer is that I think it should be TikToks. Like when they're singing, like I wish I could hold down and go at like double speed because I kind of want to just get to the end and see who it is. Like I don't really need to see the full performance, but that's I think my own attention challenges.
Yeah, I think so. Also,
yeah. I'm sure other people who can enjoy art in a way that doesn't need to be on hyper speed.
Yeah. Do you know what's wild about this too is so we would film it like maybe 5-6 weeks before it actually aired on TV.
Okay.
And so we do it in batches, right? And in the studio, it's actually hard to hear the voice. Or like it's like really, I don't know if it's unmixed.
Okay.
And so we were like, I'm like struggling to hear, and I'll do my guess based off nothing essentially.
Right.
And based off the little clues they've given me. And they'll use that and put that on the show. And then on Twitter, the people who have watched it on TV heard like the sound mixed version where it's all crystal clear and it's super obvious who it is on TV.
Yeah.
And then they cut to me being like, oh, and like with like a terrible guess.
Right.
And then so for weeks, every time it would be on air, I would get messages and DMs being like, you're such an idiot. Are you deaf, bro? Like what? Are you listening? Are you listening to what we're listening to? Yeah, it's brutal.
And you're like, no, I'm actually not listening to what you're listening to, but that's industry secrets.
Yeah,
like
but I can't just say that because then my producer would tell me
Let's get an
off.
example of this. Let's get to the reveal here, just so we can see you embarrass yourself properly.
Sadly, that means Tui, your time on The Masked Singer has come to an end.
Try copy that accent, bro.
Very shortly, you're going to be removing your mask, but before we do that panel,
Very shortly,
who do we think is behind here?
Could it be? Isn't? I feel like I found out Susie Cato was Australian once and was outraged. Like, could it be Susie Cato? because just the moves, and also I feel like it was.
I love that
her
you guys have the
that
same
didn't
beef
know if
with
she was
Australia that we
Australian
have with
once, and I
America,
Oh,
where you're
big
like,
time.
oh, I thought they were ours. Damn it.
Oh, big
like,
time.
yeah.
I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, Susie Cato is a very famous children's entertainer in New Zealand. Yeah.
Reese.
Well, let's see where that rage takes you. Look, Judith Collins, it's so good to meet you. I can't wait to
Oh, really?
tell you where you're going wrong with the party.
Well, he's still
They also, like,
with Judith.
Lean into his New Zealand accent in
What do you
it,
think,
like
ladies?
a lot.
Who's behind the mask?
I'm with Sharon. I think it's Susie Cato. I did also think that it was Danielle McCormick, but I actually think maybe the height is a little bit too small, like short. So I'm with you.
Here we go. It's
God.
James's guess.
Release James.
I'm not going to lie to you, Clint. I can't remember what I guessed. God, I'm a professional. That it is the national treasure thing is like a red herring for like another country. So I think they're a national treasure of a different country. Australia, Kylie Minogue.
You guys,
Yeah, so I
you
said
really pivoted. Kylie Minogue.
Kylie Minogue.
Yeah.
And if you heard the performance, nothing like Kylie Minogue.
This is my favorite part of the show.
And then they're going to reveal who is it? Who is it?
That's the worst guess.
And it's this like sweet old children's entertainer. Is
Yeah,
that
it's
who
Susie
it actually
Cato,
is. Yeah. It is her. Yeah.
And so immediately everyone on Twitter was like, Kylie Minogue, you fucking idiot.
Aww.
First of all, how would they be able to afford Kylie Minogue?
Yeah. That's actually so true. Yeah. Yeah.
She's tiny. And also, and
That's
that's one. I remember
hilarious.
that was one where
That's
I got
hilarious.
shredded on Twitter.
Yeah.
And then another one was I said Kelly Clarkson. And people were like, what?
You really were shooting for the stars
Yeah,
on
I
that one.
panicked, bro. And
Hilarious.
I was like, yeah.
Wait, this sounds like a very cool job. How did you end up getting this job?
I don't know. I've been doing stand up in New Zealand since like 2009. So I've just been there grinding.
Yeah.
And prior to this, was one of the writers on a TV show that was on a similar network, on the same network actually. And they have another TV show there. Have you heard of Mock the Week from the UK?
No.
It's like a comedy panel
Mock the
show.
Week?
Mock the
Mock
Week, like
the
make
Week.
fun of the
Okay.
week. Yeah. So we have a version of that in New Zealand called 7 Days.
Cool.
Which I'm a regular on.
Cool,
And
okay.
so they were like, oh yeah, we like this guy. And so I did a screen test. And the screen test was literally the producer asking me to watch this performance on a laptop of the American show.
Oh.
And was like, can you, and then had like a camera set up and was like, could you just pretend you're on the show and like react how you would react if you're on the, so it was just me and this man in this giant studio, like a bigger room than this with a laptop and him just like sitting there and me going, whoa, oh shit. Like for like an hour.
Yeah. But that's what you got to do to
and it
get
worked.
the bag. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the bag was secured.
The bag
Yeah, it was
was
great.
secured, as the kids would say.
That was great.
Not the Luigi Monopoly money bag.
No,
but
unfortunately.
different bag.
Damn,
was
yo,
secured.
shout outs to how thirsty Hillary is for Luigi. You know? I love this. I respect it.
Are we all? Honestly.
He is hot. He's
That's
got
so
shredded.
funny. That's so funny. That was like, what do you think are the biggest differences between New Zealand and Canadian culture?
In general,
Yeah.
there's a lot of similarities. We're both really nice, I think.
Okay.
I often say, I actually have stand up about this where I'm like, I am now Filipino, New Zealand, Canadian, which I think puts me in the Guinness Book of Records for nicest man in the world. Like that's too nice.
Yeah.
But so yeah, those two, we're really nice. But I think biggest difference is, oh God, you guys, I can't handle the tipping.
Oh, yeah.
I
You
I
guys
love
don't
this
tip-
country until the person spins the machine around and I see those those cursed squares.
And it's starting at 18%.
And it's starting at 18 and I hate this country randomly for like a split second and I love it again.
You guys don't tip in New Zealand?
Not like this.
No, okay.
This is wild, bro.
What would be like, would you tip for like say a coffee at all in New Zealand?
I would, no.
No, you wouldn't tip for a
Nope.
coffee.
You tip
what about
at
like
a restaurant.
A restaurant?
A sit-down restaurant. They bring you the stuff.
Okay.
They're walking. They're doing something.
Doing something.
Yes, you
How
tip.
much are you tipping in a restaurant?
At
in New
10%.
Zealand? 10%.
And that's like
Okay.
that's like a good tip.
That's a good tip. That's
Yeah.
like, we're celebrating.
Yeah.
Like service was excellent. What if like service was shit and you're at a restaurant in
You
New
don't have to
Zealand?
tip.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess you like technically don't have to tip here either.
No, you
but,
don't.
like, it
But
would-
people
yeah.
like will make you feel like you're
Yeah.
the devil, you know, like
Yeah.
if you don't.
Yeah.
I can't handle it. And
You
I feel
know,
like
it all comes back to corporations, James,
Oh,
because if they
100%.
just paid the poor people what they're worth.
I think I'm gonna shoot the CEO of the tipping
I'm
thing.
gonna shoot the CEO of Moxie's now. This is they're done to me. Allegedly, we're not doing
I'm
that. We're not
joking,
doing
I'm
that. Don't do
joking,
that.
I'm
We're
joking,
we're
don't
we're
clip
joking.
this bit out.
Yeah, this is for entertainment purposes only.
But dude, I hate it so much, man.
Yeah.
And it's also because it's like tipping is supposed to be a nice thing to do, right? If someone goes above and beyond,
Yeah.
and then just to expect it to happen feels mad entitled. I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't worked in hospitality here. I'm sure, I don't know how hard it is, but I also know I'm not that new that I don't know that the law, that there's now a law that you have to pay servers and stuff minimum, like above minimum wage
Yes.
now. Like you
Yeah.
can't get away with that.
Yeah.
You know, how
Yeah,
it
yeah.
used to be where it was like, well, you have to tip them a lot because they don't get paid
Yeah.
a good amount and stuff.
Yeah.
But I know people get paid now. So I'm like, well, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Why have we kept the stuff from before?
You're like, I read the government reports. I know.
I know.
I know how much you guys are getting paid.
Yeah.
Okay, let's.
And like,
let's-
especially like, I think the Subway next to my house, like I bought a sandwich and then asked for a tip. And I was like, I know this isn't going to this person.
No.
This is going to Jared.
No. Also, the sandwich was not made in that Subway. It was made down the block at a
1,000%,
processing
yes.
facility. Yeah.
Going to Jared from Subway is getting this tip.
From Subway. Let us know in the comments if you. Yeah.
No, he's good. And this person's not going to get it. So why would I give it, It's like a chain.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, you're right.
yeah.
Let us know in the comments if you think tipping is out of control. What do you think is an appropriate amount of tip? I think.
What do
we'll
you
have a-
think? As someone who grew up in Canada.
So growing up in Canada, so I will say it has like changed. Like I
Okay.
remember like.
So it hasn't always been like this?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't think so. At least, I mean, okay, I'm only 27, so I haven't been.
Okay.
I haven't been paying the
All right,
bills that long.
flex.
But like, yeah, I'm just like I'm so youthful.
All right, my back doesn't
I'm
hurt.
just-
All right.
yeah.
27.
Luigi's gonna come make my back hurt though. Oh, sorry.
Hey, yo.
We're doing callbacks now. It's just for jokes.
Luigi is mad. I love
so
this.
so I would say like I don't know like so if I'm at a like nice restaurant
Yeah.
and like service so I don't usually tip.
Okay.
If it's like a coffee situation.
Yeah.
If it's just like something
Especially if you're taking it away, right?
Exactly. Yeah. But if it's like I'm sitting down somewhere, someone's, moving things along, they're like I don't want to say putting in effort because that makes it sound like baristas are not putting in effort. I'm
No,
sure
no,
they're
no,
putting in a
extra
lot of
effort,
effort.
like
But
extra
yeah,
effort,
exactly.
you
If it's
know,
like
like-
if there's like if I've got like really good service somewhere, I'll tip like 25%.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
If service was just kind of like, like they kind of fudged up an order, things
Yeah.
took a long
25%
time.
is like a quarter of your
It
bill.
is though, but now as I'm saying out loud, that's actually
Okay.
insane. Because if the service is not that great, I'll tip like 18%, 17%. Like I'll go by like
Oh,
the
damn.
options.
That's
yeah,
still pretty high.
It is still
Maybe it's
high.
because I'm Asian. I'm like, nah, dog. Bad service, you're getting five.
Fucking nothing.
You're getting fucking
okay,
five.
speaking of being Asian, you're Filipino.
You were waiting for that segue.
This is no, I wasn't actually. But he's
You're like, now's my
he's on the answer
chance.
that I must know. I must ask
Now's my
about the
chance,
Filipinos.
Yeah, please.
You are quite iconic, I would say, in the Filipino community.
I'm doing all right.
Yeah. He's so modest. And I was doing some research
Yes.
on like, the lore
Yep.
of Filipinos.
Okay.
One
What
of
did
my-
you find?
I found a lot of stuff around karaoke
Okay.
and adobo. Is that the
Yeah.
the chicken?
Correct.
Yeah. Excellent. Sampled
Have
it
you had
before.
it before?
I have.
You have?
Delicious. So delicious.
Where'd you try it?
I can't disclose that information.
dated a
It's
Filipino guy,
really
didn't you?
embarrassing. No, I didn't.
You hooked up with a Filipino guy and he cooked you breakfast?
I wish.
Okay.
I would never betray Luigi like that. Okay, it's not in my blood. No, but
We can have we have Luigi. Do you want?
if I told you,
Yeah.
okay, I tried. It was like from Loblaws.
I'm so curious. How could?
It was like from Loblaws.
Oh, I see.
It was like from Loblaws.
That's
That's
fine.
why I was
That's
embarrassed
still
to tell you. It's
something.
still something. Okay.
It's not. It's fine. Yeah. Also, you don't know who it I guess made the food for Loblaws.
No,
to
I
sell?
don't know.
You
I don't know.
Maybe it
I'm
could be Filipino.
hoping a nice Filipino grandma, whoever gave the recipe,
Yeah.
makes
I'm sure
20% on every chicken
100%.
sale.
I'm sure Loblaws has a tiny Filipino woman on a factory line just
I
making the
know.
boxes.
Yeah.
She hasn't slept in 8 years. She's like,
Yeah.
she's-
Okay, but speaking of CEOs
Yes.
that Canadians would be happy to see go
Yeah, who?
down.
Who's bad? Loblaws.
Galen Weston.
Is that Loblaws?
Yeah, that's
I don't know
Loblaws,
that
yeah.
law.
But you want to know what's funny? Okay, this is
I know people don't fuck with Loblaws. It's too expensive and they're kind of monopolizing stuff. Is that correct?
Exactly. But
Yeah,
the
yeah.
thing is too is I don't think people realize like the difference between Loblaws and Sobeys is like they're direct competitors. Like those are basically the only two grocery store owners in the country. Like even if you look at things of like Loblaws is obviously owned by Loblaws, but like so is
who owns
Superstore. No Frills is owned by Sobeys, I think.
Really?
Or No Frills is Loblaws also, actually.
What?
And like Freshco is owned by Sobeys. Sobeys is obviously Sobeys. What's the Fortino's is Loblaws. Like there are a lot of that. Whatever.
So there's like a duopoly kind of a vibe.
Pretty
going
much,
on.
yeah. But the only difference is like they put Loblaws put Gale and Weston at the front of like a lot of their marketing at one point to be like, look at us, we're just like you.
Yeah.
Bah, bah, bah. They had him like in the kitchen, like making the meals and stuff.
Yeah.
Sobeys didn't do that, and now we don't even. No one. We actually, it's impossible to know who the CEO of Loblaws is. I tried.
Of
I'm
Sobeys,
just
you
kidding.
mean?
I didn't. Yeah, Sobeys. That's her name. Yeah. No.
It's a tiny Filipino lady.
Yeah, it's her.
That's
She's
who
got
it
the,
is.
she's got the good chicken recipe. Get your
feed
chicken.
the baby.
Yeah. But it's like we have our own duopolies, oligopolies.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Here I was like, and they brainwash you because you go there too and you go, oh, I'm shopping at Mike's No Frills.
Yes.
Shout out Mike.
Yeah,
you know, and it's like
whoever Mike
I'm
is.
helping Mike out.
Yeah,
He's rich as hell. This rich franchisee who bought from the giant corporation.
Yeah, exactly. And they
Wow.
put Mike and Shelley's
I
little
feel
face
tricked.
on there or whatever. Yeah,
I feel tricked, bro.
This is you don't have this in New Zealand?
We do, but it's like I didn't realize that it was that was also what was happening here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the Canadians
I
were
thought
better.
it was better. What happened?
What happened to those here? Okay, but speaking of Filipinos.
Yes.
Karaoke.
Yes.
Big in your community.
Huge.
Are you a big karaoke fan yourself?
Massive.
What is your go-to karaoke
Unbelievably
song?
massive.
Unbelievably massive.
I have multiple. Can I hit you with them?
Please, yes. Also, do you have different times where it's like one song's better for this
Yeah, a
occasion?
little
Yeah,
bit.
please break it
Little
down for us. Yeah,
occasions.
yeah.
My usual go-to, this is mad embarrassing, but I don't care, is Ashley Simpson, Pieces of Me. Hear me out. Beautiful song. Beautiful riff at the end. I got hooked on it playing SingStar as a kid.
Oh.
You play SingStar?
No. I don't
Really?
Know, I don't know what that is.
Oh, you're
Is it a video
27.
game?
God bless you. Do you know what a TV is? No, SingStar is like a karaoke video game, essentially. It's like the OG video game karaoke game where you do karaoke and then they measure your points of how well you're singing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, there was Ashley Simpson, Pieces of Me was on that. And I remember being like, you know. So you know the song.
Yeah, I know.
That's a banger.
I know. It's a bit. It is. That's a good
That's
one.
up there. Teenage Dirtbag by Wheatus.
Oh, great.
Banger.
That's a good
My
one.
favorite incel song. My favorite song about an incel.
I've never thought of it like that,
it
but you're
is.
so right.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. You know what also is an incel anthem that I only
What?
realized because it came back on my, so Spotify's doing like Wrapped right now.
Yeah.
Spotify Wrapped.
It was on
season.
your Wrapped?
No, it wasn't on my Wrapped,
What
but
song?
it's now like I'm listening to like the Spotify AI where they're like, oh, you're Wrapped from like 2016. And I'm like, we didn't have taste
Gotcha.
then. And that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
But what is it that's the song that's like, it's by Semi Charmed.
How does it go?
Third Eye Blind, what is that song called? Something else to get me through this. Semi-charmed kind of life. That one.
It is kind of incel. Yeah. actually,
Yeah.
no,
But that's an incel anthem too. That I was re-listening to because it came up on the Spotify Wrap from a previous year, and I was like, oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Red flag.
Yeah. Okay, so we got
Teenage Dirtbag.
those are
by
some pretty
Wheatus.
good,
Pretty good.
karaoke.
And then
ones,
Eminem,
yeah.
Lose Yourself.
Oh.
Just because.
Okay. Do you have is there a point of imagine we're at karaoke,
Yeah.
okay? Is there a point in the night where you're like, I'm going to open with Pieces of Me by Ashley Simpson, night progresses, then we're getting into the Eminem. Is there an arc in which you need to organize?
No, here's
No?
the thing with karaoke is a lot of people are like, I need to be wasted to do karaoke. I need to be drunk to do it.
Yeah.
I will do it stone cold sober at 11 a.m. I don't care.
That's how much you love it.
Yeah, we have, and so Filipinos love it so much that we have private machines at home. We will buy, this is not a joke. They have machines where you can buy, it looks like a DVD player and it comes with 2 microphones and it comes with a little booklet. And the booklet is full of the songs and you get when you go to a private booth, we will buy that for our house. My
No.
parents have that.
Really?
Yes.
Do you have one at your house?
Not at my house,
Oh.
only because I live in an apartment block and I think
Right, but as
people would hate
soon
me.
as
As soon as I have my own house,
right.
that's a wrap.
So this is
that's all I'm doing.
You're getting married. Filipinos are putting the karaoke
Yes.
machine on the wedding registry next to the
Yes.
towels. It's a household
yeah,
essential
100%.
like that. Okay.
Yeah. No, that's like it's like a rice cooker, you know?
You need it.
Everyone
yeah.
has one. Yeah, it's on the thing. But yeah, no, so we have that like in every household, and every gathering usually ends with that coming on. You know, you have the food, you
Interesting.
hang out, you have some drinks, and that's what
And then the
ends the night.
karaoke
Yeah, yeah,
happens. What is it about karaoke?
yeah.
that
We're all
Filipino love?
genetically gifted singers.
Oh.
And so you flex what you got, baby.
Did you ever have like a moment where you're like, I meant to be here when you were on The Masked Singer? That you were like, my years of karaoke trained me,
I
trained my
did
musical ear.
for this.
Yeah.
No, I still felt like an idiot the whole time. I thought everyone was Kelly Clarkson. I was. There was a part of me that was like, this is a very fitting job because like
Yeah.
I do love singing shows like this. Like I grew up watching like The Voice and Idol with my parents and stuff, and X Factor, and so yeah, I was like, I love this because this is the perfect Venn diagram of stuff that I grew up watching, which is like a singing competition, but also silly, wacky shit that I do for a living, which is comedy. So it's like the exact middle ground of both those things. I was like, this is my perfect job.
Okay,
As,
yo,
like,
Masked Singer Canada, if that exists, hit James up. He's got that experience, okay? He's got
a mad experience, bro. I don't know.
That's
You guys don't have
hilarious.
one.
No,
I
I
think you
don't
guys get the American one.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if we have. I mean, we have a bigger population than New
Yeah.
Zealand. We have
You have
like a
celebrities.
lot of we have a lot of great
Yeah.
like musicians and artists.
Isn't
Anyways,
Avril Lavigne from here?
Yes, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, Avril Lavigne, Justin Bieber, everyone. That would be me
Bieber,
if I was
yeah,
on there.
bro.
Like everyone's Justin Bieber. Like
Yeah.
you're right. You're right. Can I tell you my go-to karaoke
Go.
song?
What is it?
Okay, so for me, it depends on
Yeah.
the setting. Okay? So like if it's my birthday, and I have done karaoke on my birthday several times, I'm an ally to the community like
Okay.
that. Okay.
Were people there, or was it just you?
Yeah, it's me in a basement alone in
yeah.
Koreatown. Actually, thanks for
Yeah.
bringing that up. But if it's like my birthday and it's like
Okay.
I'm trying to be seen like that, it's like something big like Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, you're going. You're
like-
trying to impress.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Where it's like, oh, the longest song with the best guitar solo, get me right up there, like VIP status.
Do you sing the guitar solo?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You gotta
know
go
what I'm talking
bow,
about?
now,
Yeah.
now. Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
count if you just say the words.
It says it on the
like
screen.
an
Bow, bow,
idiot.
bow,
Yeah,
bow, bow, bow.
exactly.
You know?
That's great. They loaded it in purposely
Yeah.
like that. So that one is up there. Also, what's the one by Journey that's like she took the midnight train going?
Don't stop believing.
Yeah. Don't stop believing. That's up there. If I'm trying to be like a little bit more like, because I did go to karaoke with work colleagues. And so I was like, oh, Bohemian Rhapsody is not the place for this. Like I have
Yeah.
some
It depends how
manners.
old they are.
Oh. I
So I
didn't
feel
think
like-
about that.
yeah.
I wasn't feeling like work was going to be the environment to go
Okay.
bow now.
Yeah,
But like,
yeah.
I need to
What's
be, I
your
need to be more
formal
seen.
song that you
Okay, so
sung?
like a formal song would be like Leave In by Jesse McCartney. Like something a little bit more
What?
chill.
You went way the other way than I thought. I thought it
exactly.
was gonna be like the Canadian national anthem or something.
Would everyone please
Is
rise?
Jesse McCartney Canadian? No.
No, he's not. He's
not.
He's American. But
That's
I'm
wild.
leaving.
That's not what I expected.
Oh yeah.
Are they older or younger? Who do you work with?
My colleagues are mostly older.
Older,
than
yeah.
me.
Oh yeah, Jesse McCartney, they'll know.
Yeah.
Young people wouldn't know what that is, right?
Oh my god, wait, that's so sad. Wait, Gen Z, comment below if you
They
know.
won't know who Jesse
If you know who
McCartney
Jesse
is.
McCartney is. Ah!
This is really bad, but is he dead?
No, I don't think Jesse McCartney's dead. He's alive.
He's alive.
I don't know if he's
No, who
doing
died?
well. Have not heard from
Aaron
him.
Carter's dead.
Aaron Carter is dead.
Okay.
Yeah, they were from the same boy band era, but that's actually something else.
That's what I
We
mean,
don't really
yeah.
have boy bands now. In like America.
We had, in America, no. I think One Direction was the last boy
Yeah,
band, right?
yeah.
Otherwise, no.
Rip. Yeah. Well, there's like I know.
Give us like 5. Do you know? Do you guys get 5 here? The UK band? Did you guys get those?
5.
Yeah.
I don't know who
Or
5
Blue?
is. Blue, no. I know 5 Seconds of Summer. I think they're Australian.
Damn, you're 27 as fuck, bro.
My sister really loves them. My
That's
sister really,
brutal.
yeah. But they're like that's the only one I can think of. That's like I guess there's a lot of like K-pop bands
Yes.
that are
Yeah,
like the
that's
boy
true.
bands. Like they're
Yeah.
big. I can't think of any of their names to be
Shout out
honest.
Asians,
but
you know?
shout out- yeah, this is represent
BTS?
in the music. BTS. That's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
In the industry there. Yeah. So
That's sick.
you are Filipino.
I am.
You were raised by Filipino parents.
I am.
What is it like now that you're dating a not Filipino person? Was that weird at all?
Nah, so Filipinos are like, I'm gonna get into some history and quite
Please.
serious stuff here.
Yeah.
So, but we were also colonized by Spain, and so we had like a weird thing about like
Really,
white folks
the
and light
Spaniards
skin.
went far.
Yeah,
They
bro.
didn't need to
Spaniards-
go that far.
Yo,
They-
they went
yeah.
ham.
Yeah.
Yeah, Magellan. You know Magellan died in the Philippines. We murked that motherfucker. He got there. We're like, this is ours now. We're like, nah, bro. Bang.
Wait,
dead.
you guys were Luigiing back before
Yeah,
it was Luigiing.
1000%. Shout out to Lapu Lapu, you know? But yeah, so he got there and was like, I'm gonna claim this land, I'm gonna make you all Christian and stuff. And then Lapu-Lapu, this general, was like, nah, I'm gonna kill you actually and kill them. Yeah, he Luigi'd them essentially. But yeah, so we have a history with this, but the Spaniards still came to colonize there. That's why all Filipinos, have like Martinez and Roque, and like we all have last names from that area. And so we have like this weird hangover with like light-skinnedness and white people that not everyone obviously, but a lot of maybe older Filipinos still hang on to this idea of like light skin is like the thing that makes you more attractive than like we have a lot of colorism in the Philippines, and I know that's big in other countries, so it's not exclusive. Like India has it, Africa has it as well.
Just racism.
As I say, it's a byproduct of white supracy, right? Sorry, this is supposed to be a silly podcast.
No,
but,
this is we can be all things.
But yeah, and so we have that hangover, and so a lot of the time, not always. There's a generalization, but it's not super weird to be like, here's my white girlfriend, and like some other Asian or like immigrant or brown families might be a bit more like, no, you have to date a nice Indian girl, a nice Pakistani girl,
culture,
and so but in the Philippines it's like, I think that my mum cares more whether or not she's Christian, to be honest, than than what ethnicity.
Interesting. Okay, is she?
No.
No.
But,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We'll let that one slide.
Oh shit! No.
Your mom's just finding out now on this podcast.
My mom watches your podcast a lot. She's like, just like watching. She's like, lowers the remote, being like, no, So that's actually what they care about more. But no, my parents love. Her name's Esther. She's great. My parents love her a lot.
Did you grow
weird?
up very religious?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you still?
I see value in it, and I respect like people's beliefs and believing it, as long as they don't impede in other people's lifestyles and stuff. Like I think the problem comes when like you get to a point where you're like, yeah, I believe this, but also gay people shouldn't be able to be treated like regular people or have rights. I'm like, well, that's probably not good. I remember one of the last times I ever actually went to church regularly, like the priest said something about like, we face a lot of problems as modern day Christians, like racism, terrorism, gay marriage. And I was like, that's not the same. And I just remember, I was like, this was maybe 6-7 years ago, but I remember I was standing there being like, that's weird.
Yeah.
I don't think those things are the same as each other.
It's almost like it's like a setup for a joke where
it's like a rule of three,
and their last one's a switch, and you're like, wait, what? Oh no, you were serious. Okay.
The priest rule of three'd me, And so I remember being like, I don't know if this is my place anymore
Yeah.
But I'm not like a diehard, sometimes you meet people who are like diehard atheists.
Yeah.
To the point that you're almost as annoying as like a Jehovah's Witness knocking on the door because you're actually like,
you're trying to convert people to atheism.
Yeah.
Like you're just being annoying about it.
You're not seeing why people see value on something. Like, like a lot of people are looking for like meaning in their life, and like if it gives you meaning to like believe in something, I'm like, as long as you're not hurting anyone and you're not impeding anyone's rights to do stuff, I'm like, good, like life's hard enough as is. If it can fill that hole in your heart, and then those same people who are like atheists will like be depressed because they're like, life is nothing, and they're like just be so nihilistic about the world, and I'm like, I don't want to hang out with you. What the fuck, and so. Yeah, and so I see value in it. I'd say I'm agnostic. Like I'm open to what's, I'm open, but I'm not so arrogant that I claim to know what is actually out there. Because I think there's something bigger.
That's bold.
I know.
To admit.
Yeah, this is from the same episode where I just said I love Ashley Simpson pieces of me. Duality, Man is complicated.
Duality of man,
but yeah, so like I think I don't want to. Yeah, I'm trying to be humble and trying to, be open to things.
Yeah.
Are you religious? Did you grow up religious?
I grew up like pretty Christian. I've talked about it on other episodes, but I totally agree with you that like I'm kind of in a place now where I'm like, like if I was talking about this the other day with my boyfriend, that I was like, if I ever had kids, like I'd probably get them baptized, like just in case. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, like maybe, like I don't know, like
Pascal's
something.
wager. Have you heard of that?
No.
Do you know what Pascal's wager is?
No.
Yeah, literally. So it's like Pascal's wager is the idea that you don't know what's out there. So if you chose to believe in something now and like believed in God, if God was real, then the risk that you get from like believing in him being real and then going to heaven is way greater than like if you well, like he's definitely not real, but
Yeah.
then he ends up being real.
Yeah. Oh shit.
But you got nothing to lose if he wasn't real and you
you just
believed
did it.
and you're gone. You had nothing to lose anyway.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
the most butchered version of that explanation. But do you know what,
I like
I mean?
that. Yeah. That was essentially my thought process with that. And there was like, I mean, even still to this day, I think there's a lot of like obviously similarities between religions. Like I don't think we get there and it's like, you know, slim Jesus, thick cut Jesus
He's
on the
shredded,
cross,
bro.
the
Yeah.
shredded Jesus is like, well, actually I was
He's
right.
like-
Everybody else
he's
is
like, I've been
wrong."
checking your
Yeah.
file. And you've been a good girl. Get in here.
That's hilarious. I would actually
like,
love that. This is like, yeah. The first sensation I have in heaven is just like being wet. Like, this is like I'm like, wow, this really is pure bliss. Like,
Whoa, what
this
is even up here?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, crazy.
Luigi's here too. All right.
It's a great day.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't
Holy
believe it. Oh my god. But I think there's something really jokes aside, I think there's something really beautiful about like the practice of just like prayer and believing in something like
1000%.
bigger
Yeah,
than you.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
think that helps, at least me, helps a lot with like my mental health and anxiety and like sometimes just like going in spirals of things and you're just like, like anytime I'm trying to like control or predict something that like is obviously outside of my control, like I think maybe other people that didn't grow up religious can probably just like send it off into the abyss or I don't know, maybe something else. But for me, it's like, I don't know, because of those roots, they run so deep. Like it's nice to kind of think of like a man in the sky taking care of that.
I think that all like prayer is just meditating.
Yeah.
That's all, but you're directing it to someone.
Yeah.
I once heard, this is another story that I want to tell on stage. I haven't written it yet, but I once heard I was on a bus and I sat in front of these two girls talking to each other. And then one of them was like, "Oh, I can't believe," they're talking about their other friend who was like newly religious.
Yeah.
And they're like, all gone Christian now, blah, blah, blah. And like, I can't believe, and they have to pray every morning. And it's like a whole thing. And then later on, I remember eavesdropping in a conversation again. One of them was the same girl actually was like, "Oh yeah, that's why, you know, if you want this job, you have to believe in it. You know, you have to like manifest the like to the universe." I'm like, that's the same thing.
Right. Yeah.
Praying to something and then manifesting to
it's-
something
right.
is praying
Totally.
to the thing.
Yeah.
Like, you're just manifesting.
Is there anything
you know?
you're trying to manifest right now?
Right now?
Yeah.
That my permanent residency application goes through. I'm not like for real. Like,
Oh
genuinely.
wow. Yeah.
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 I don't want to leave yet.
Just send the immigration officers this link. Send
Yeah,
them the
bro.
link to the Patreon. Get
Yeah.
them to subscribe
Hell
for
yeah.
only $5 a month. It's very reasonable.
Check out this
and it's-
podcast where we laugh about murder, bro. Let me in your country.
Yeah, it's like I'm such an upstanding citizen. Let me in.
It's gonna be fine.
Let's go. What is the one thing that's making you really overstimulated right now, or one thing that's
Right now?
really annoying you? Yeah.
Oof. That's up there.
The-
Like
the
that's kind of
permanent
hovering.
residency
Yeah,
is
that's
there?
hovering over me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I want us to make a solution for that.
Okay.
And we are gonna link this below. We're gonna throw it to Patreon now. So hopefully we'll see you over there. But if not, we'll come back in just a couple minutes.
Yeah.
But I want to know, like, could you give us a pitch, James? Like a Dragon's Den style pitch of how you're gonna solve the permanent residency crisis.
My crisis?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god. Okay, welcome
That's
back
so
if you're
funny.
rejoining us from Patreon. I am beat red right now because James
Yeah.
got a story about an ex-boyfriend out of me. We
Yeah.
got his Dragon Den
So
pitch.
stop being cheap and go to Patreon.
Yeah. The link is right there, guys.
God,
Please.
do you want to know the story or not?
Thank you for being my hype man.
God.
That's so funny. That's so funny. Would you actually ever like to be on Dragon's Den in a real way?
And like pitch a business?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think you'd be great at it. You got the charisma for it.
Yeah, I could probably do it. I just don't know what business am I gonna pitch?
Me.
My
James,
business, my
James,
comedy.
James the Masked Singer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
what am? Yeah, I'd love to. I'd actually, would
Yeah.
love to pitch something. Me and my girlfriend were watching, Shark Tank, which is
Yeah.
American Dragons Den or whatever. But we were like talking about what business we should. I was like, we should come up with a business
Yeah.
and like do something because all these people. You hear so many stories of people being like, "Oh, we started this business with $400, and now
Right.
we're like making $1 million
Yeah.
every year." And you're like, "Shit! Like you
could
can
do it.
actually do it.
Yeah.
if you have a good
you could
idea."
maybe even start a service because I feel like you're obviously great at public speaking. You've got the
Yeah.
charisma. Maybe other people who aren't as good at that could come to you with their ideas and be like, "Hey, can you pitch this?" And then a whole season of Dragon's Den is just you pitching different businesses.
People's ideas. I'm like a puppet. I'm like a representative for
Yeah,
the thing. Okay,
yeah.
cool. I thought you were gonna be like I have to teach them how to public speak. I'm like,
Oh,
I don't
no,
do that.
cut out the middleman. No, we're not. We're not
good.
entrepreneurs. We're
'Cause
not sign up for this course.
Some people just aren't cut out for public speaking, man. So
Yeah.
like it's so hard to teach, I reckon.
Yeah, you think it is?
Yes.
Was there a moment in your childhood where you were like, I am actually better at this than everybody else?
Yeah, my mom used to make me read the Bible passages at church. In
Oh,
front
it
of
goes
everyone.
back to the religious
Yeah.
lore. Okay.
My mom, I owe a lot of me not being scared on stage to my mom forcing me to read in front
at
of a
church.
congregation.
And
yeah.
you read the best.
Yeah, it would suck, like, but it didn't. Now it means I'm not scared to stand in front of people.
Interesting.
So I got past that fear way early.
Yeah, that's
you
actually hilarious because like my first like public speaking,
Was it
like
stand-up?
theater stuff. No, it was also at church.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was again up there reading things. I just loved.
What'd you do?
I would like go up and like read the Bible verse.
Oh, yeah, same.
before the
Like first
the
reading.
pastors. Yeah, exactly,
yeah.
exactly. And I would practice all the hard, weird words that
Like
nobody
Corinthians.
yeah,
The fuck.
nobody know, or like the towns of like the places where
Yeah.
you're just like where the
Oh, yeah,
Bethesda,
the
whatever. and
Mesopotamians,
Yeah, yeah,
and you're like,
exactly.
oh.
Yeah, you get
All
it,
right.
you get it, you get it.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
we would also have like plays.
Yeah.
At, like the church as well. And I'm not talking just like a nativity scene play
yeah.
where I really wanted to be Mary every single year.
Did
Because
you
like,
ever get it?
no. And I'm
Damn.
still salty about that. Mary's the main bitch, in case any of you aren't familiar with
Or you're like
Christianity.
one of the donkeys in the manger or some
No,
shit?
well, actually, one year I think I was a lamb, so not far off.
That's a step up from
And
donkey.
another year I was a wise man with my brother.
That's so funny.
That's so bad. Isn't
Which
this-
one? Were you like Myrrh? Which one of the wise men were you?
I can't remember, but I don't even think I was the good one.
You weren't gold? Gold was the gold.
yeah,
right?
yeah, gold was
Oh, you're
the...
frankincense, bro?
Yeah, that would be
Oh.
oh,
frankincense,
this is-
red
yeah,
flag.
that's- Yeah,
You bring a
Those
girl
are-
frankincense on a date?
That's yeah, that's gross. Yeah, he comes up. He's like, "Wait, babe, this is an essential oil. You can use this for your diffuser. Like, don't you love this? Like, what's going on?"
Yo, I got that bitch
Bring back
frankincense.
frankincense, okay? You know, like let's get that popping.
Sponsored by frankincense. Get it at your Shoppers Drug Mart.
Yeah, which is also owned by Loblaws, in case people want to know.
Ah,
But,
damn
yeah.
it.
James, I have one more question for you. This
Yeah,
has been
go.
so much
What'd you
fun
got
hanging
there?
with you this last hour. So, how do you deal with being overstimulated and all the things that are trying to drag down your mental health this day and age? How do you cope? Just give some
It's-
tips for everybody.
It's like tough right now. I'm genuine. This is genuinely a thing where I'm more and more realizing that I think I have ADHD.
Okay,
And I
okay.
know like, and I was resisting it for so long because it's like very stereotypical for comedians to have
Something
like
wrong with
something
them.
like a
Yeah.
neurodivergent,
Yeah.
thing, you know,
Yeah.
where they're autistic or like something, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, not me. But then the more I read about it, the more I learn about it, the more I look at my life, I'm like, oh, I have all of this.
Yeah.
Like I can't, like my like organization skills suck.
Mm-hmm.
My time management sucks. Like
Sometimes I wonder, I'm like, do we really all have ADHD, or is like society just built wrong?
yeah, I don't know.
yeah,
Maybe I'm
yeah,
like
yeah.
this many people. This must be a symptom of something bigger, right? Because like
Yeah,
everyone's struggling.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
do you have ADHD?
Not diagnosed, but like every therapist I've ever talked to is like, oh, I thought
Yeah.
you already knew you had it.
Yeah, no, but so I do those questionnaires online. They're
Yeah,
the beginner ones where you're like, see where you fall on the thing.
Yeah.
Everyone ends with them going, go see someone and talk to them.
Right.
And I'm
yeah.
like,
It's
yeah.
a lot of admin.
So I'm like I'm very close to, once I get my permanent residency, I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna get assessed because I think I should probably manage it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like,
Yeah. Would you medicate, or what would be the advantage?
I'd
of
look
getting
into
a-
it
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I want to get stuff done, man. Like
Mhm.
I'm sick of like staring at my laptop and having my Google Calendar with
Yeah.
all the stuff that I need to do that day, just sitting there staring at me and feeling overwhelmed
Like
about
yeah,
it. Yeah. And
yeah.
some of them are like, send email. And you're like,
Oh,
and
it's
you
so
feel like
overwhelming,
shit.
right?
Yeah.
Where it's like if you just did it, it would take 30 seconds to do.
100%. And then the dopamine hit would be through the through the roof, but you just can't bring yourself to do it.
Do you have any strategies of like when you're like, okay, I really can't get something done, but like I gotta reset? Like, what do you do?
So for me, I read an article recently that was like Trevor Noah saying that like he has ADHD and his overwhelmness like kind of manifests itself as it feels like he thought he had depression because he'd feel sad all the time, but he just realized he wasn't completing the tasks that he needed to do, and once he did them, he was actually fine.
Oh, I
and so
resonate
it's
with
like,
that so
yeah,
much.
and so I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's me.
Yeah.
And so for me, when I feel down like that because I'm like overwhelmed, I will like take a day to myself. I will first of all look at will I actually feel better if I do the stuff that try to tick a couple off, right? Just like get that bare minimum, and then reset, I go and have a James day, call it, which is me going to the movies on my own in the afternoon.
Nice.
Watch a movie, and I'll go get a massage.
Nice.
Somewhere.
Okay.
I know it sounds bougie, but I will go to like a spot in Chinatown or somewhere where like just an old angry Chinese lady stands on your back and
gorgeous, jealous. Okay.
Love that.
Yeah.
So I do that. Those things like will reset me, maybe play some video games, just kind of like,
just things you enjoy, like
and
leisure
also,
space away. Yeah.
And if that doesn't work, then often what works is like stepping away and zooming out a bit and just asking yourself, if I don't get these things done today, what's going to happen?
Right.
Is the world going to end?
Yeah.
And often the answer is no.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I know.
No one actually cares.
Yeah.
It's going to be fine. Maybe worst comes to worst, someone will be like, oh, I was expecting this email.
Yeah.
And it's a bit annoying that I didn't get it. But,
Yeah.
Yeah. And so usually those things are enough to like get me out of the funk, but occasionally it's like mad overwhelming.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, oh shit, like, and that's where I'm like,
Well,
okay,
maybe if you
I
had
need
meds to like
yeah.
bring in like extra support
it
and
might-
that.
it might
yeah.
help.
Yeah. It's interesting because we're definitely not anti-meds or anti,
yeah.
Even recreational meds, do you?
Yeah.
But I will say for myself personally, I used to take antidepressants,
Okay.
which like to kind of what you were just saying, like of like what Trevor Noah was describing of just like not being able to like either like complete things or like I feel myself in a situation in my life where I wasn't really doing a lot of things that like made me happy. Like I had kind of like built a life that I thought like that was so heavily rooted in like masking and like being who I like thought I like should be. And I basically like created a life for myself that I had like no interest in really like living or participating in. And so I started taking antidepressants. I took those for about 2 years. And now I stopped taking them about a year ago. And I feel so much better after not taking them. Like I definitely like needed it when we were in like crisis time and like they did what they needed to do. But I found like the effectiveness of them just like didn't really stay past the first few months. And then I had a bunch of like nasty side effects with it that were just like not really helpful. And like the biggest thing for me is just having like a good like exercise and like workout routine of just like something else to like physically like be out of my head, like in my body. And like that to me has been better. But it's also like, requires you to like be consistent with it. And I don't know, there's like
You have that stable routines and stuff like that.
Yeah. But like, oh, bitch loves a routine. This bitch loves a routine. I hate a routine, but I need a routine. I thrive in a routine. But if anyone's got routine tips, drop them below. That's
I go in and out of routines, because occasionally I'm like, oh, this again. But like, it is anything to like ground you is like great, right? So whatever you need, that's great. It's good to know you figured that out.
If you need to scroll Luigi at night to ground you.
My routine is 2 hours of looking at Luigi Mangione and just
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. That's the routine.
I love it. And then I go home and I sing karaoke on my little machine. Get it going. Yeah. Oh my gosh, James, this is so much fun spending time with you. Where can everyone find you? Where are you online?
People can follow. I just nearly forgot my Instagram handle. People can follow me on Instagram at James Roque Comedy. Same with TikTok at James Roque Comedy as well. Also, I have like a full special on YouTube.
Great.
If you're already on YouTube watching this,
yeah, it's linked
just
below.
Just have a look. Just type my name. Type my name into the search bar. I'm sure it'll come up.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great. Well, we're all checking it out in between Luigi scroll breaks.
Yeah, I reckon put 2 side-by-side windows up. Yeah. Just that, and then just, I think that's
cover
the
all your bases.
best way to watch it,
Perfect. I'm sure when you're recording it, that's how you meant for it to be consumed by
I
people.
predicted into the future that a hot man would kill the CEO of a company, for sure.
That's Pascal's wager, everybody. You heard it here first. All right. Thanks so much for getting overstimulated with us. We will see you next time. Bye.